Hey, I'm Lauren from TastyPC.tv, and today we're doing a review of Ducky's DK9008 Shine 2 mechanical keyboard. Now, this is my first ever mechanical keyboard review, and before this I never owned a mechanical keyboard, only ever membrane ones. So there may be some things that I miss or don't cover, because I don't realise the stuff that I need to look for in a mechanical keyboard review. So if there's anything I do miss, please go easy on me. We've all got to start somewhere. And also let me know in the comments below so that in the next few mechanical keyboard reviews I do, I don't miss it out there as well. But let's get started. So really quickly skimming over the box. On the back of it we've got a list of features which we'll cover when we're looking at the keyboard itself and also its dimensions. And at the top you can see the ceramic switches it came with and the LEDs. Now this keyboard came with brown switches, although it's also available with either blue, red or black ones from the distributor that I got this keyboard from, and also I've got this one with pink LEDs, but you could also get it with either red, blue, green, yellow or white ones. With the Ducky Shine 2, you've got USB to micro USB cable, which is just a standard black cable which has a velcro strap with the Ducky logo on it. You've got a keycap puller, a set of red WASD keys and a manual. So looking at the Ducky Shine 2 itself, the first thing you notice is that it looks really minimalistic and really simple and professional and kind of old school. I know a lot of people really love it for that and really love how it looks, and even though personally I do prefer something kind of like the Corsair K70, where even though it is still minimalistic, it's got kind of like a sleek funky edge. I do still think this keyboard's really cute, so I do still really like how it looks. But yeah, the keycaps are ABS, although these ones are double layer, so they are better than the standard ABS keycaps. And the lettering and text has all been laser engraved, so you don't have to worry about it eventually rubbing off, etc. But one of the features of the Ducky Shine 2 is that you've got your sound keys, your media keys, and also your lighting controls, which I will show you in a second if I just plug the keyboard in first. And I have to say that I actually do really like that the cable's separate, because I suppose it means it's just that much easier to travel with. But on the back of the keyboard you can see where you plug it in. And you've got these three, I don't know what to call them, I suppose channels or maybe canals or something, which you can use to route your cable to help with cable management. Just, kind of as you'd expect. So this is probably a good time for me to cover the bottom of the keyboard. And firstly we've got 4 dip switches. Now when the first one switched to the on position, it exchanges the left control and caps lock keys. When the second one switched to on, it exchanges the alt and Windows keys. When the third one switched to on, it locks the Windows key. It's unlocked when it's switched to off, which I prefer it unlocked, some people prefer it locked. However, if you're one of those people who wants to frequently switch between locked and unlocked, it's probably going to be quite annoying that it's down here, rather than kind of on the top of the keyboard where it's easy to get to. But the fourth one switches between N key rollover and 6 key rollover, and basically what N key rollover is it means that you can kind of activate every single key on the keyboard at the same time, and it will register every single one of them, which is amazing, especially over USB. But because I've had to tweak it to do it over USB, you could have some problems in BIOS, which is why the option of 6 key rollover is still there, which is when it will only register up to 6 keys at any one time. Now, when it's set to off, it's on 6 key. You have to switch it on to set it to N key. Although if you want to change it, what you've got to do is unplug the keyboard, switch it, and then plug it back in for it to register the change. So on the bottom of the keyboard, we've got these 4 little rubber pads to obviously give it grip and stop it from moving around your desk. And we've also got these 2 little feet to change its angle. And they are actually quite stiff, so you don't have to worry about it easily moving on you. Although with the feet up like this, obviously you've only got 2 rubber pads giving you grip, so it would have been nice if they'd put little rubber pads here or something. But now I'm going to get it plugged in. So I've now got the Ducky plugged in, and it didn't require any drivers and it doesn't have any software. But this is it with no LEDs on, because you do have that option. Although I really like that the caps, scroll and num-lock all have independent LEDs, because it means you can always tell whether they are on or not. But if you hit Fn and F10, it turns on 6% of the LEDs. If you hit it again, it turns on 100%, obviously other than scroll, num and caps lock. And if you hit Fn and F11, it turns the brightness down, and this is it on its dimmest. If you hit F12, it turns it up, and this is it on its brightest. Sorry. And I did count 5 different lighting brightnesses. But it does look really, really, really nice in real life. It's so nice. and on the camera it looks terrible. And I did play with the lighting and the camera settings, and I just obviously I can't make it look how it looks in real life on camera. I mean, in real life it's just so beautiful, and on camera it looks so crap. It's so annoying. Like on camera everything's got a white tinge as well, whereas in real life it's this really nice pink. It's so nice. I don't know if I'm saying that just because I really like pink, but it's so nice. But yeah, so hitting this again, we've got like pulsate / breathing. I do like this, it's pretty funky. It does make me feel a little bit sick. Whenever the LEDs drop, I'm like, my belly goes like, oh. So I couldn't have this for long. It's pretty nifty, it's pretty cool, I like it. So we then have, I'm pretty sure, yeah, so we've got reactive mode, which is when if you hold down one of the keys or press it, obviously because you can press it and do it, the LED shines up. And so I've got an angle to show you. You can do stuff like this, although I can't really type at this angle, so I can't really see that anyway. But look, spacebar does it. It's cool. I like it. I really do like it. It's nice. It's pretty. I like it. Although I would have preferred, personally, for it to be the opposite. So all the LEDs were on, but as you press them, the LED turns off. So it's still reactive. It's just kind of flipped, because I always like to have the LEDs on. But this is pretty cool. I like it. It's funky. You can do stuff like this. Okay, it's fun. So the next setting we have is this, where they scroll, and I really love this. I could watch this for hours. It's so entertaining. It's hypnotising as well. Yeah. Oh, I could watch it for hours. Okay, I'm going to change it now before I'm just here like... Okay, sorry. So then it's off. But we do also have two lighting profiles, which is saved on the inbuilt memory. First one, if you hit FN and F8, they've got the WSD keys, and then this one they've got the arrow keys, although you do have the option to change it. So if you want to change the first profile, hit FN and record 1, or the print screen key, and then if you leave it, apparently it turns off after 30 seconds and it goes back to normal, although I haven't tried it because I can't sit there and wait for it. I'm too impatient, basically. But say we want it for an MMO. So we've got the WSD, we've got these keys, we've got, say, shift in case you've got a skill on shift 1 that you want to use, maybe, and I don't know, map, we'd go crazy, we'd put on all of them. Your quest, I don't know, it gets a little bit confusing, I think, having too many on. How would I do it? I'd probably just have these on, I think. Maybe that as well, maybe like that. I don't know. And then if you want to save it, just hit print screen and FN. I find it's better to do it that way, because if you hit FN and it first, this is what happens, and then you've got the FN key lit up, and that's now saved with the FN key. So do that, turn it off that way, and here you go. So I've now got the profile saved. And then the second one, I don't know, say you want 2 games, you hit pause or record 2, this one here, and you're like, I never use these, so I don't know, say you want one for like Battlefield, so you'd have like those, your equipment, your that, so reload, you could have that, and then you could save that. Although personally what I would do with this is make patterns. That's what I would do. I would find it so entertaining and just make patterns for hours. I don't know, let's make a heart. Let's be your girl and make a heart. It actually looks like a heart from where I'm at. It's so cute. Although you can't see on camera. But that's what I'd do for hours. I'd play with that for hours. Small minds and all that, or simple minds, I suppose it is. But yeah, so you can flick through your settings and then flick through these. But that's the different lighting options you've got. So before I put off some of the keycaps to show you the switches, seeing as this is a keyboard review, obviously I need to talk about what it feels like to type on it. And this is a very personal thing, I might love it, you might hate it, and vice versa. I might hate it and you might love it. Now obviously these are using brown switches, which is my personal favourite, so that's a bonus for me, but obviously you'd get it with whichever switches you prefer. And I have been using this for a while. The keyboard I was using before it was a Logitech G15, which is membrane, and I know you can't really compare like a mechanical keyboard to a membrane, but it's true what they say, like this is so much better, it's leagues ahead, it's so much better to use. It's true, once you use a mechanical keyboard you'll never go back, and it's just so great to type on. I really do love it, and it's great build quality as well, it's really great. Although one thing that, for like the first hour of using it, because the numbers are at the top, rather than the symbols being at the top, and like here as well, I did get a little bit confused because obviously when you hit the shift key you expect it to kind of activate, like, you know, whatever's at the top of the key. And I know they've done it because the LEDs are mounted to the top of the switches, and obviously they want the numbers to shine brighter than the symbols. And you know, normally when I type I look at the monitor anyway, but the odd time when I did look down at the keyboard, it would just, you know, I'd go to press like the full stop and just kind of double take for a few seconds. But that's, you know, after an hour you get completely used to it, so it's just just pointing something out unnecessarily, I suppose. But yeah, so it is great to type on, and obviously if I type for a bit so you can hear what it sounds like, now that it's at a better angle for me. Now obviously once again this is round switches and it will change depending on which switch you've got. But that was obviously bottoming out all the keys. If I now show you what it sounds like just actuating it but not bottoming out. If the microphone can even pick that up, and then if I kind of do the difference between the two. And then obviously the longer keys, because they've got stabilisers, they sound different as well. So if I just... So there is a big difference in sound, although maybe, I don't know if the microphone will pick it up or not, hopefully it will. So if I use the keycap puller which comes with the keyboard to pull off some of the keycaps and show you the switches. So you can see the LEDs mounted to the top, although it's kind of glaring the camera a little bit, so I'll just turn that off. And you can also see the Cherry MX switch, and obviously this will be different depending on whatever colour switch you go for. Obviously you can see I've got brown here. And I believe that the switches are plate mounted rather than PCB mounted, although I haven't seen it written officially anywhere. So if I take off one of the longer keys to show you the stabilisers, and you can see the stabilisers, and these are Cherry ones. Now I've never used a keyboard with coaster ones before, so I honestly can't tell you like my personal preference between the two and which one I prefer the feeling of. Although Cherry stabilisers have got a reputation of being kind of spongier, and I do have to agree with that. The longer keys do feel different, obviously, and spongier than the normal keys, but to be honest that is unavoidable because, you know, these, it's just like a switch. As this, it's a switch and a stabiliser, it's always going to feel different. But it does feel slightly spongier, but I think the fact that Ducky have used both Cherry switches and Cherry stabilisers just shows they haven't cheaped out at all. But if I show you the bottom of the keycaps, you can see them there. And then you just put them back on by just pressing them down, like so. So I have now put on the set of red WASD keycaps so you can see what it looks like, and I presume these are also ABS keycaps. But the lettering allows you to see the lighting through them, just like the rest, which is cool. Although with all of these ones, they're very like solid and there's no light bleed or anything like that, like the keys are very dark. Whereas with these ones, they actually glow red at you. So even like at night or in the dark when you're playing, not only are these, you know, glowing red at you still, but it's like the lettering has a halo, it's really nice. I like that they've done that. So I realise I've kind of already concluded my thoughts on the Ducky Shine 2, you know, when I was talking about what it feels like to type on, when I pointed out the things that I liked about it, talked about, you know, what I thought of the different lighting settings, etc. You know, and this is a really great keyboard, I would definitely recommend it to anyone, and because of that it's going to get my Sweet Award. Now, it's only not getting my Tasty Award pretty much purely because the Ducky Shine 3 has been released, which is pretty much like a built-up version of the Shine 2, but you can also get a Year of the Snake edition, which has got a spacebar with a really cool snake on it, so a really nice I want one. But yeah, you know, with peripherals, it's very much like your own personal, you know, like opinions on stuff, especially with keyboards. I mean, I know people who have used mechanical keyboards and still swear by membrane keyboards. So, you know, don't like take anything that I've said as fact with peripherals, you know, it's all down to your own personal taste really. But I'm going to see if I can get a Ducky Shine 3 to review. I can't make any promises though, but I am going to be reviewing some other mechanical keyboards, so like I said before, if there's anything I missed or, you know, you want to know in the future videos, let me know in the comments below. But that was my review of Ducky's DK9008 Shine 2 mechanical keyboard. If you liked the video, hit the like button, don't forget to subscribe, and thanks for watching.